Okay guys and girls, I'm going to shoot a quick video of this 74 Formula. It is a 350 car. It was a factory air car. The compressor is missing. So now I did a phase one on it today, which was a simple wash. I did drive it all the way to St. Louis and back today. Has a brand new carburetor on it that the guy I bought it from had put on there, and it needs some adjusting. I can feel a little bit in it, but the car drives good. It drives like a 74 Formula did, so keep that in mind. But power steering, power brakes, 74. This car is supposed to be numbers matching. I will verify that after I get it in the shop and start phase two, but if it doesn't sell before phase two. Anyways, I'm gonna do a couple things to this car, and it's gonna change the price significantly. And a couple of the things I'm gonna do: one, I'm gonna put the honeycomb wheels on it because we like them that way, and I like the way they look. And that's by the time you buy a set of good tires and stuff, I'm gonna be upwards of close to $2,500, $3,000 in the wheels and tires. Now obviously it can come with these wheels and tires, which are fine, and they look good on the car. I just prefer the honeycombs. The exhaust tips, I like the original Trans Am Formula exhaust tips. Somebody over the period of time had put regular exhaust tips on it. Those exhaust tips are about 115 bucks, not installed now, just for the tips. I know because on the last Bandit car I put a set on. Now, about this car, it's a Southern car. It's very, very solid. It is not perfect. It is a driver. And for those of you who say, like, oh, that hood doesn't line up quite right, actually the hood lines up wonderful. If you look at where the hood lines up from the nose and you look at the body lines, they're actually excellent. Those were fiberglass hoods from the factory, and over time they do exactly what that hood is doing. So that's how most of them look. And if they don't, they've been worked and modified not to. All that being said, the floors are good. The only rust I have found on this car, there's one small spot in the trunk where it's like, it's not a hole, it's weak, and there's some holes in a small area, smaller than a tennis ball. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, there's a few things I'm gonna do to this car just because we wanna see it done, and I may put the factory decal back on it. The Formula decal that went down the side. Like I said, it is a 350 car, not a 400 car. 97,000 original miles. They did put a sunroof in the car. It's not my favorite, but I can live with it, and to be quite frank with you, I don't look up. So I don't really care that it's there, and I might actually take it out for my wife because it's the old school his and hers. Anyways, you can look in the rockers here and all that, and I'll shoot more pictures. Somebody recovered the interior with the correct stuff. I'm gonna order a rear package tray for it if I get to it. I have a center console lid black down in my shop that I had from something else. It is a tilt wheel. It does show 98,809 now, because I actually put about 120 miles on it today. Like I said, this car is very solid, very straight, but there are some flaws in the paint. When you get up on it, there's a little spot on the front nose here. There's a little bubble on the hood there, but overall, from 5 feet away, this thing's super slick. And what I always tell people, the car is straight. I would rather see an old paint job that's worn on a straight car than a super shiny paint job on a bondoed up wavy car. So anyways, numbers matching, 74 Formula 350 factory AC car. The AC is now, some of the components are gone, the compressor being one of them. The brackets, and one of the brackets for sure is on the motor, which some of them have become hard to find. The interior needs a headliner and a package tray because it's done in that black diamond tucked, but the seats have been the door panels are stock and original. The seats have been redone. The oil pressure gauge actually stopped working on me today. The temperature gauge, the amp gauge, the speedometer, they all work. The oil pressure gauge stopped working today. This motor does not have that Pontiac lifter tick that a lot of old Pontiacs that sit do. And it doesn't seem to smoke at all. The little motor sounds great. Somebody put a water pump on it. It's got a new battery. maybe I saw a new alternator on there. Like I said, I'm not going to get too involved in this particular video because I'm going to shoot another one. But if somebody jumps on it, it is a numbers matching 74 formula, and I will verify the numbers matching because the guy that I bought it from did not. I take pictures so I can pass it on to the next guy. He did not, so until I verify it, I won't let it leave here without editing the video if it is not numbers matching. But I'll probably get into that. I got a couple more trips I got to bang out, so my kids are going to do a good polishing on this. I've got wheels and tires on the way already. I'm going to get that center console lid put on. I'm going to detail the engine bay a little bit. It's just old and crusty. This car's a driver. It's been driven, but clearly, some of the documentation I found with some receipts and stuff showed that it had sat for, some time, but it was in South Carolina. I bought it out of North Carolina. Anyways, there you go. 74 Formula 350. And it is a real U code formula.